Why do innocent people like children suffer if you are loving and just? Innocence does not shield anyone from the world's brokenness. The world is marred by sin, both individual and collective, affecting even the innocent, like children. I created a world with free will, which brings the potential for both harm and injustice. Yes, innocent people suffer, but much of that suffering stems from human choices, not from me. Consider hunger and poverty. There is enough food on this planet to feed every child, yet millions go hungry because resources are hoarded, wasted, or exploited. I gave you the ability to produce abundantly, yet many look the other way while children starve. The suffering here is not my doing. It's the result of human apathy, greed, and inequality. Even the environment, which I entrusted to you to steward, is being destroyed. Pollution, deforestation, and resource exploitation lead to natural disasters that disproportionately affect the innocent, especially children. I will not deny that I allow suffering. There are things beyond your understanding, and some suffering can serve purposes you may not see. But do not forget your role in this. Many of the evils that plague the innocent are within your control to prevent, yet humanity too often points fingers at me instead of taking responsibility. You ask me why the innocent suffer. I ask you, what are you doing to end the suffering that is within your power to stop? Blame does not lie solely in the heavens. It rests in the hands of those who neglect their responsibility toward each other.
You are watching the Tales of the Savannah. Subscribe and be part of the tribe. Now let's get back to the story.
If you knew there would be suffering, why create the concept of suffering at all? In the beginning there was the Garden of Eden, a place of perfect harmony, peace, and communion between humanity and me. That was my plan for you. I created a world where there was no suffering, no pain, and no division. Then Adam and Eve listened to the voice of the serpent and disobeyed, and everything changed. Sin entered the world, and with it came suffering, pain, and death. I did not want this for you, but their choice opened the door. So I banished them from the garden, not out of cruelty, but to prevent them from eating from the tree of life and living forever in a broken state. Once sin was introduced, it spread. The peace of Eden gave way to violence and jealousy. The first murder occurred when brother turned against brother, Cain against Abel. Sin did not remain an isolated incident. It corrupted the very heart of humanity, pulling people further from me and the harmony I intended. It was never meant to be this way. As humanity grew in number, so did the depth of sin. Violence, corruption, and wickedness filled the earth. The heart of man became consumed with evil, and I grieved over the world I had made. I never intended for it to spiral this way. Out of justice, I brought the flood, a cleansing of the earth. Why create the state of suffering, you ask? It serves the same purpose as love, fear, patience, and anger, each an essential facet of the human experience. However, as I said before, this was not my plan for you, yet here we are. How do you justify allowing Job, a righteous man, to endure such intense suffering? Yes, you bring up Job, and I will not avoid the truth. I allowed Job to suffer, though he was a righteous man. But let me explain why. Job's story is unique. He was a man of great faith, and because of that, he was tested. Satan challenged me, claiming that Job's faith was shallow, that he only loved me because of the blessings and protection I had given him. So I allowed Satan to test Job, to strip away his comfort, wealth, and even his health, to prove that Job's faith ran deeper than material prosperity. I caused his suffering in the sense that I permitted it, but I was not the source of his pain. Satan was. From a human perspective, this may seem harsh, but Job's suffering had a greater purpose. Even when he didn't understand why he was suffering, Job's faith endured. He questioned me, wrestled with his pain, but never turned his back on me. His story became a profound testament to unwavering faith, inspiring countless others through the ages. In the end, I restored Job, giving him even more than he had lost. But more importantly, Job gained a deeper relationship with me. His suffering, though painful, was not meaningless. It revealed the strength of his spirit, the depth of his trust, and the endurance of faith beyond circumstances. Yes, I allowed Job's suffering, but it was not without purpose. What is the purpose of natural disasters, events that cause massive suffering, if you control nature? It's important to understand that not everything in the natural world is directly caused by me. Nature is a dynamic system that seeks balance and equilibrium. When humanity disrupts this balance through industrialization, deforestation, and the rampant consumption that leads to global warming, you create conditions that provoke natural responses. The Earth, in its own way, reacts to these disturbances. It is not merely a backdrop for human existence, it is a living part of my creation, responding to the actions imposed upon it. When forests are destroyed, ecosystems are disrupted. When air and water are polluted, the health of the planet suffers. These actions destabilize the natural systems that sustain life. The Earth seeks equilibrium, and when that balance is upset, natural disasters, hurricanes, wildfires, floods often result. These are not punishments from me, but reactions to the chaos caused by human choices. I do not intervene to stop every calamity, because doing so would disrupt the natural laws and cycles I established. I created a world governed by cause and effect, and disrupting that order would lead to even greater chaos. I call on you to recognize your responsibility in caring for the Earth. Listen to the warnings of the natural world. The health of the Earth reflects the health of humanity. When you nurture it, you nurture yourselves. He who has ears, let him hear what I speak. In this world, it may seem as though those who do wrong prosper while good people suffer. But understand, I do not favor the heartless, the greedy, or those who hoard resources for themselves. You live in a world where power and resources are often distributed based on ambition, greed, and an insatiable desire for control. Consider the story of two men fighting for the same opportunity. The man with the most drive, fueled by greed, wins. He amasses resources, hoards wealth, and accumulates even more. He is never hungry, and when sickness strikes, he receives the best care. Meanwhile, the other man, who could not compete, is left in hunger and poverty. Treatable diseases ravage his body because he lacks the money to seek help. This cycle plays out again and again, day after day across the world. But know this, the fact that the bold and heartless succeed in this world is not because I bless them or favor them. The systems you have built, driven by greed and selfish ambition, allow these behaviors to thrive. It is not my will for one person to hoard resources while another starves. I do not desire a world where the powerful exploit the weak. Yet I have given humanity free will, and with that freedom comes responsibility. You have the power to create systems that promote justice, equity, and compassion. It is within your hands to change the structures that perpetuate this suffering. My heart grieves for the poor, the broken, and the oppressed. But the solution lies with you. I will end our questions here for now, as I see you have much to ponder. Let these thoughts stir within you, challenge you, maybe even frustrate you. That is where growth begins. Join me next time as I delve into the questions you seek answers to. While you wait, watch these videos. They offer familiar stories with a fresh perspective. Until then, remember that I am always with you, watching over you with a love that is boundless and all-encompassing. And as always,
Thank you for watching our story, and we hope you enjoyed it. What lessons did you draw from this story? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of the tribe. Thank you for watching The Tales of the Savannah. We will see you next time in the Savannah.